Week two of our Spring AD podcast as we talk about your Mariemont Warriors with AD Tom Nerl. Coach, how are we doing this morning?
Doing well, Rob. Thanks for having us back today. Looks a little dry here. Hopefully, knock on wood, it holds out for today, and we get a full week of games in for a change. This playing every other day isn't good for
Whew.
the people who need to play every day. So, yep, let's see what happens.
Soft toss in the middle of April is tough in a net in a gym.
Ooh, going back in the gym after you've been outside is just brutal. So, yeah, we try to avoid that and hopefully get some games in this week. It'd be great.
Yes, looks like there might be a 4 p.m. blip showing up. Hopefully, it doesn't get too warm and come in and get us. But other than that, temperatures are starting to look better, and hopefully a dry week.
Best thing about the spring is you start wearing sweatpants and you end up wearing shorts and short sleeves. So
Yes.
looks like we're in short sleeve weather today.
Let's hope so. Let's jump right in. Let's talk baseball. Uh,
Yep.
Kind of an off and on week with the weather. It's just temperatures haven't been warm enough to dry
Oh,
things out, and it's been a
it,
tough baseball season so far.
it
But
was raw Friday. Yeah. I mean, just baseball, softball played Friday. It was just raw. It was just cold, cold. And then baseball got one in on Wednesday, but in the rain, at Madera, it's just that steady drizzle and kind of a sloppy game. They came out on the short side of the stick, 13-14, and dropped on Madera on Saturday. So they're 1-2 last week. Hopefully they get some things coming back around. Sam Jones is doing it for us on the mound and at the plate, hitting 533, and then Owen Betcher with a 429, Bo Dieter 467. So they've they've got Taylor today. It's kind of wonky because Taylor's field is still under repair, I guess, from the Great Miami coming back up and getting it last week. So we'll play the varsity game at Mariemont on Monday. The JVs will play Taylor at Deer Park on Monday, and then Wyoming they'll play in the futures showcase game. They'll play against Wyoming at Xavier at
nice.
5 o'clock, and then Thursday they'll be home with Seven Hills.
That's great, fantastic. Good luck to them. The uh, the field at Xavier has come a long way. Full field turf. They put some money in there. Parking's still tough, but once you get there, it's a really nice facility.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Sooner or later they're going to have to do something with seating, whether when
Yes.
the hillside collapses or whatever. But yeah, nice intimate park, kind of like ours. But yeah, you're right. With a full field, you wonder how colleges get by without having full turf anymore for baseball, softball seasons. Just in order to get their games in. But that's a Red Showcase game. You can get tickets online. We have a link on MariemontSports.com, and I believe if you buy a ticket, you get a free cheese coney, a
Yes.
coupon for free cheese coney. And they always have some good giveaways. And Tom Gamble and his Game Time or in-game sports promotions, they do a great job with that. So it'll be a great environment for our guys to go down and hopefully get a win and at the home of the Muskies.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice that
Yeah.
Xavier and UC is doing a nice job of
Yeah.
welcoming in the high school teams to play because I mean, I remember when I was coaching, I loved going down to Xavier, UC, and coaching. It just gets a nice shine on the game, and it's just nice that they open up the facilities for the high school kids.
Everybody wins with a nice facility. That's for
Yep.
sure.
Great. Good luck to them this week. Hopefully, weather holds and lots of baseball to be played. Let's go. Let's talk lacrosse. Let's go boys lacrosse first, and
Yeah. Yeah. Good week.
traveling to a always tough Loveland Tigers team tonight, and then Lebanon Wednesday. That's all that's scheduled. That's all on the schedule right now. But who knows? That with the weather, that things could change. But let's
Yeah.
talk. Let's talk boys lacrosse.
Yeah. Boys lacrosse had a great week last week. Running Indian Hill and Summit to a running clock. So, rivalry game with Indian Hill. That's always a good one. Summit's a good one. Pretty much the teams in Region 8, Section 8, our teams, our boys team, have put a run rule on them or have put a running clock on them. So that's good when it comes time for the draw. And we know we got some big teams on the schedule. Loveland's a
Yes.
big one. Lebanon's a big one. Lakota will be a big one, larger schools. And so, we tune it up against them, but they're having a nice season. Vince Fiorina, Talon Vianello, 14 goals, 11 goals. They're at the top of the league. Angus Gall, he keeps adding to his assists. He's got 11. The part of their success has been winning the draw, and Finn Warden's 129 and Alex Davis is 128. So that's a lot of their success. Get the ball and get it downfield, and when the other team's in there, RJ Nachioni with 21 saves. So hopefully they keep it up. But kind of a short week. It's Easter week, so we don't do a whole lot on. You got 4 days to get everything in, and so good luck to them this week, like you said, at Loveland tonight and at Lebanon on Wednesday.
Yeah, good luck to them having
Yeah.
a great season. And let's go to the girls' side. Another
Hmm.
great season for the girls, and they're playing some tough competition and prevailing well, and
Yeah.
it's going to get them ready for postseason.
Yeah, good. A big week last week. I mean, 4 games, and they get their rivalry win over Indian Hill, an exciting game. Coming back into a 10-9 win, and they were down 4. They were down 8-4 and came back and went up 9-8. Indian Hill scored, tied it up, and then we got the win there. So very exciting game. Then Beaver Creek came down with and we got a deciding win over them. But then, so, you play Tuesday, you play Thursday, and then Friday you go up to Waterson and get a big win, and Saturday morning Columbus Academy. So 3 games in a row for lacrosse. Some tired legs, but they came out with the 3 wins in those 3 days, 5-0 in the season. Piper Farrell and Lily Kaplan, they're leading the scoring, 15 goals, 13 goals. Charlotte Solar and Olivia Ripatello, they keep feeding them. Charlotte with 12 assists and Olivia with 9, and Piper and Sophie Hall with 3 interceptions so far. So just stealing the pass, getting it down there. They're having a really good season. Big game for us on Tuesday. CHCA comes in. I think that was the one that knocked us out of the tournament last year. They've really put together some good seasons here last year and the year before. So it's going to be a big game here. It's going to be our youth night, 5:30 and 7, and then we travel to Kings on Thursday. So a quick week for the girls, a little bit more quiet than last week, but off on a good run with a big one tomorrow. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Hope to get a good game in and knock one out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's great. Good luck to the
Yeah.
girls and continued success there. Let's go to the Diamond. Let's talk softball. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Busy. Got
A
the
little busy this week.
AD Cup on Tuesday.
The AD Cup, yeah. The two ADs coaching. 2 rough ones last week with Madera. We had about half a squad last week and ran into the buzzsaw that is Taylor on Friday. So between very good pitching and cold weather, that's not a good combination for us. But Harper Stickley hitting 444, Chloe Seymour hitting
Nice.
400, pair of freshmen for us. So doing it well at the plate. And then Shelby Short, she's been getting a lot of rough draws for us on the pitching. But she's a freshman as well. She's going to be a good one. We've talked about her already. So yeah, the AD Cup tomorrow, the Indian Hill AD and the Mariemont AD are both coaching softball. So that's at home on Tuesday. We get Taylor on today on Monday, at Wyoming on Wednesday, and Northwest at home on Thursday. So a full week, a busy week. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Like to steal a game or two in here and get back on the top side of the ledger. Our big bats have just been struggling, making contact, but not getting anything to go. So hopefully we get something to break loose here in the next couple games.
Yeah, that sounds good. Good luck to the girls. Hopefully it
Yeah,
warms up and it feels like softball weather this week. It
hope
would
so. Yeah,
be nice.
coach wants to wear shorts.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's go to the hardcore. Talk
Yeah,
boys tennis, and looks like a busy week ahead for them with Taylor and Madeira, both
yeah,
home matches. Oh, and Miami Valley Christian. I'm sorry, I missed that. So
yeah. It's
three
been a
home
it's been
matches
a
as of
slow
right
it's
now.
been a slow start for them. Yeah. Yeah, close loss last week to Seven Hills, and then the buzzsaw that's Indian Hill. But Paxton Lasore and Bennett Harris both have collected wins for us so far. But as you said, Miami Valley Christian at home on Monday today, if you're watching it today. Taylor at home on Tuesday. They go to Dayton Christian on Wednesday. That is the state team tournament.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
and
Okay.
then the team advances on that. So that's a coaches association thing. That's on Wednesday, and then Madeira on Thursday. So hopefully a full week for them. Between the cold and the rain, they haven't gotten a lot in, but next 3 weeks they should really start making hay and getting a lot of the contests in. So hopefully they do.
Sounds great. Good luck to them. Hopefully the weather holds and get some consistent play. And let's wrap up this week's show with track and field. I know you wanted to talk about what's up and coming for track and field. Looks like
Yep.
some relays at Indian Hill, maybe a Lakota East invitational on Wednesday. So kind of a busy week for track and field.
Yeah, they'll be at Deer Park on Tuesday. Indian Hill is a switch. Their
Right.
relays kind of fell apart. So we'll go to Deer Park, then at Lakota East. They went to Madera last week for their opener. In true Madera fashion, it rained for their track meet. So they have a new AD, but the track meet record of having rain on the track meet day, I think, stays intact. So yeah, that's just it was just brutal. It was cold. It was wet and it was long. So yeah, so hopefully they get back, and then next week we'll have a report on who's ripping off some good times for them.
Yeah.
So
Good luck to them.
yeah,
Hopefully, they have good success in those two meets this coming week. Tom, as always, thanks for the time. Have a wonderful week. Hopefully, you're able to get those shorts on midweek and wear them through the weekend. Hopefully.
midweek. Heck, we're putting them on today. So yeah, sounds good.
Nice.
Happy Easter, happy Passover to everybody who's watching, and a little bit of a break from school on Friday. So hopefully everyone has a good week, a good weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Sounds good, Tom. Have a great week. Happy Easter, and we'll talk back next week.
Thanks, Rob. Have a good week.
Take care.